The restoration stage is tricky, however. You can find the wrong person at this stage in the process to mentor you because that person could decide that you are not worthy of mentorship. You could find the right person who is interested in mentoring you, but you might struggle with trusting the mentor because of previous experiences. And I've had this problem. I had a Spanish teacher, and I talk about this in other audios. I had a Spanish teacher who didn't teach Spanish. The room, he didn't turn on the light. I mean, the light was off in the room. We had light coming through the windows. He never wrote Spanish on the board. He didn't speak Spanish. He told us to get the books out of the locker, do the problems or whatever, and then if we needed to know the answers, look at the back of the book for the answers. And that was the bulk of him teaching us Spanish. And so that left such a bad taste in my mouth. I think about it to this day. I try to make sure I guide my lessons and lectures in the right way so students don't feel the same thing. And so now I got a better Spanish teacher in college, and he was a Spanish teacher. He taught Spanish. He played his little guitar. He engaged you, everything. But it was hard for me to receive him simply because of that high school Spanish teacher who just did not teach. And what I feel like when I think about that Spanish teacher, I didn't have the language at that time to help me understand it. But in becoming a teacher, I can look at it now and say he didn't think we were worthy enough to teach Spanish. He didn't. I'm telling you, he never spoke Spanish in that classroom. Never. He never wrote anything on the board as Spanish. I don't even remember him checking my work, and that makes sense because he told us to look at the back of the book for it. But I struggled with even caring about learning Spanish in my later Spanish classes because you have to have a complete a foreign language for college graduation. And so even though I took two or three Spanish courses later, I just never learned it. I never cared enough to learn it. I didn't want to learn it. I was offended by it. It was just easier to learn it because it was closer to English. But I remember taking a Japanese course and I loved it. And she was the best teacher. She was actually a graduate student. And then I remember in high school in my 10th grade, I had this geometry teacher, and she was you could tell she loved her job. She loved teaching. She engaged you. She checked your work. She mentored you. And for the first time ever in math, I was doing well. I was really doing well in math. I'm not saying I passed with an A because math is not necessarily my passion, but I remember the mentoring. I remember that. So you need someone to mentor you, but you do have to check the mentor. You can learn from anybody, even through their negativity. So he didn't think I was worthy, or he didn't think any of us were worthy of teaching Spanish. Well, that gave me insight for how I frame my lessons. So I make sure that students learn what they need to learn in my classroom.